Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Is anybody surprised? Nancy Pelosi and Liz Cheney's sham January 6th committee just unanimously voted to refer criminal charges against former President Donald J. Trump to the DOJ. Ooh, real spooky, shocking information. Who would have seen this one coming? Way out of left field. Of course, you can sense the sarcasm. Leftoids are cheering and it's the same damn thing. It's Groundhog Day again, folks. Oh, we got Donald Trump this time. He's gonna be in an orange jumpsuit real soon. They're all posting the same friggin' memes they've been posting for the last 6 years. But of course, yet again, it's another nothing burger that is bound to fail, bound to flop. Because of course, as we know, the whole thing, the whole structure that they've created is built out of paper and will not stand up to the lightest of scrutiny. Yet here we are again with Adam Schiff and Jamie Raskins leading the charge, pushing a referral for criminal charges against Donald Trump for essentially doing exactly what they did in 2016. We got some stuff to get into, folks. One of the highest forms of leftist hypocrisy. Let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so let's first start off with the context and then let's get into the facts. Here's Adam Schiff on CNN yesterday.
I think that the evidence is there that Donald Trump committed criminal offenses in connection with his efforts to overturn the election. And viewing it as a former prosecutor, I think there's sufficient evidence to charge the president.
To get a conviction now?
Well, I don't know what the Justice Department has. I do know what's in the public record. The evidence seems pretty plain to me, but I would want to see the full body of evidence if I were in the prosecutor's shoes to make a decision. But, this is someone who, in multiple ways, tried to pressure state officials to find votes that didn't exist. This is someone who tried to interfere with a joint session, even inciting a mob to attack the Capitol. If that's not criminal, then I don't know what is.
He claims that there's evidence that Donald Trump committed criminal offenses in his efforts to overturn the 2020 election. He provides absolutely no evidence to that claim, yet says it with confidence. I guess that's pretty much the standard. That's the only skill that you need to be a prosecutor, is just say it with confidence and then lob false charges towards the defendant. But Adam Schiff claims that Donald Trump tried to interfere with a joint session, pressed officials to find votes that didn't exist, and set a bloodthirsty mob on the Capitol. The only charge here that I think might actually be a crime is setting a bloodthirsty mob on the Capitol, but that claim within itself is absolutely and unequivocally false. The FBI already did a thorough investigation into this matter and found no connection or criminal wrongdoing from President Trump inciting a supposed bloodthirsty mob. Not to mention, this bloodthirsty mob that he refers to are these people. Doesn't exactly fit the bloodthirsty mob narrative that he's trying to create, but the official charges that they're seeking here are as listed by Greg Price on Twitter. Here are the 4 criminal referrals the January 6th committee is making to the DOJ against President Trump. Obstructing an official proceeding, 18 U.S. Code 1505. Whoever corruptly or by threat of force or by any threatening letter or communication influences, obstructs or impedes or endeavors to influence, obstruct, or impede the due and proper administration of the law under which any pending proceeding is being had before any department or agency of the United States, or the due and proper exercise of the power of inquiry under which any inquiry or investigation is being had by either House or any committee of either House or any joint committee of the Congress, shall be fined under this title, imprisoned not more than 5 years, or, if the offense involves international or domestic terrorism, imprisoned not more than 8 years, or both. There is no evidence to suggest that Donald Trump is guilty of breaking this law. First of all, from what I can gather, this is corruptly acting by force or threat or influence to obstruct the administration of justice. I don't see any evidence of Donald Trump being involved in some sort of scheme to obstruct an investigation or obstruct justice. Donald Trump did nothing but vent his frustrations on Twitter, merely making his own opinions heard, which of course is protected by his constitutional right to free speech. The second charge, conspiracy to defraud the U.S. What does that even mean? The third charge, making a false statement. Making a false statement under what context? In a legal proceeding? What are they even talking about? Making a false statement under oath? When has Donald Trump ever been under oath testifying for anything? Are they seriously making the claim that it's illegal to make a false statement in general? That if you say you're 6'1", but you're actually 5'10", that it's a felony and you should be charged and sent to prison? And the fourth one, inciting an insurrection. Absolutely ridiculous. We know there was no insurrection. The FBI already concluded that. No one is being charged with insurrection, and certainly Donald Trump is not guilty of this crime. Quite the opposite. We know for a matter of fact that Donald Trump told people to go home to be peaceful, and multiple times was on the record calling for a peaceful demonstration before and after. The only new bombshell evidence that Democrats have is this.
And what was Mr. Hirschman's response?
Mr. Hirschman said that he had made the same, recommendation directly to the president, and that he had refused.
Just so I understand, Mr. Hirschman said that he had already recommended to the president that the president convey a message that people should be peaceful on January 6th, and the president had refused to do that?
Yes.
Which is hearsay at best, and the text message is timestamped January 6, 2021, 2:19 p.m. Assuming this is in Washington and the timestamps are Eastern Time Zone, the text message was sent January 6, 2:19 p.m. Less than an hour later, Donald Trump, who was supposedly refusing to call an end to the violence, issued this famous tweet. I am asking for everyone at the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful. No violence. Remember, we are the party of law and order. Respect the law and our great men and women in blue. Thank you. Less than an hour later, yet the supposed bombshell is that he was refusing to call for peace. Give me a break. Just as bogus as the previous supposed bombshell from Mrs. Cassidy Hutchinson that Donald Trump lunged at a Secret Service agent to try to turn the car around, Tokyo Drift style, to lead an angry mob to storm the Capitol. Give me a break. It shows you the lawlessness and the corruption of these deep state Democrat Adam Schiff actors. I mean, the utter hypocrisy. First of all, as Greg Price points out, the person who made the criminal referral announcement was Representative Jamie Raskin, an individual who objected to the certification of the 2016 election based on a lie that Russia installed Trump as president.
Right. I have an objection because 10 of the 29 electoral votes cast by Florida were cast by electors not lawfully certified because they violated Florida's
Yet now, these same deep state corrupt goons are claiming that that type of behavior, that behavior is criminal, and that Donald Trump should be charged with an insurrection, making a false statement, obstruction of an official proceeding, and conspiracy to defraud the United States. I mean, wow. Such a ridiculous claim that even CNN's Van Jones, from back in October 2020, essentially clarified that rejecting the certification of electoral votes and sending the decision back to the state legislatures is a perfectly legal and perfectly constitutional process and action.
There's a possibility that the Republicans in the House of Representatives could just anoint their candidate to be president, even without the popular vote or a majority electoral college. That could happen. Now, some people would call that outcome a perfectly legal, perfectly constitutional coup against the very idea of majority rule in the United States. Perfectly legal, perfectly constitutional. That is possible under our Constitution, and it could happen this year.
Yet these corrupt Democrat goons are claiming that contesting the results is now a felony, which should land you in prison. A claim that is absurd beyond belief. These charges are absolutely ludicrous, and they know it, and even the DOJ knows it. Even Merrick Garland isn't dumb enough to pursue criminal charges against Donald Trump unless they have something seriously irrefutable. So Adam Schiff and the dirty Democrats are doing what they always do, injecting more division, more false claims in their endless relentless pursuit to destroy Donald Trump at any and all cost, even if that means ripping apart the social fabric of the United States. And so the conclusion, I guess in the end, remains the same. These people are liars, they're corrupt, they lack any basic sense of decency and morals. And the whole thing is going to fall flat on its face like it always does. Another corrupt Democrat nothing burger. That's essentially the TLDR here. And that's essentially also what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.